Hey there everyone, this is Life. Welcome back to my playthrough of Etrian Odyssey. Off screen, I went ahead and got the mine point stuff, got a bunch of fossils and thin shells and something else, scrap iron, and sold that to get their proper things, and I completed the quest that involved turning in the old choker, which is really bad quest because you end up just losing 1800 down the drain just to complete a quest. It's kind of dumb. But today we are going to continue exploration of the 10th floor, so I'm going to see you guys there. Floor grew to level 32, that is going to be another level into Divinity. It's getting really high up now. We return to continue our misadventures on the 10th floor. Hopefully they won't be super misadventures. Let's go ahead and turn the auto map back on. And make our way towards ever so much closer to the second stratum boss. Last time we figured out that the north passage coming in from up here is not the way of progress, so we're gonna go investigate that first. Keep things simple. And then here is obviously gonna go to the right. Our dead end over here as well, why not? Double pedal weight steam wall set. Not my favorite. Let's go ahead and use all slash attack. Attack bravery. I really want to test to see if Eric plus Rin are able to take out the steam wall just fine, and they are. So I don't need to be using Mirage. Can save a little bit of TP using that. 314 experience, of course, thanks to the late Divinity, which I believe is currently giving us 122% bonus experience points. Next level it's gonna give 123%, and the level after that's gonna give 130%, and that's when it gets awesome. A lot of the skills in this game have to follow through and get all the levels in them in that particular skill in order for it to be super effective. With a few exceptions, of course. A few exceptions may apply. Rena has gone to level 32, which might be her last level in Fortify. Please be her last level in Fortify. It was her last level in Fortify. We can start working on Smite starting next level. That is awesome. Now, this is perhaps the stage of the game where your characters are going to become ludicrously over-leveled, and for good reason. It's because they're going to need to be over-leveled for later. Because, yeah, third stratum becomes hilariously hard if you don't have immunize. So, once again, like, the first stratum was kind of easy for beginners. This one had a difficulty spike and then became very, very easy. And then the third stratum is going to go beyond, like, nope, and just kind of kick your ass. And that's when the game gets fun. Let's go ahead and take this treasure box, see what we got. Because right now, as you can see, we're just kind of face-rolling the arm offs and things, and this is a useless broadsword, I think. Yep, that's pretty useless. And, yeah. I guess we'll just sell that for chunk change, I guess. Let's go ahead and pretty up the map a little bit, because I feel like it. I usually do the map prettying off screen, but it's just as a little bonus. Let's see kind of how I do it. Paint doesn't belong there. Paint. And that should be, yeah, there's still a lot of prettying to do, but I think I won't worry about it. I'm going to see you guys back at A3. Eric, level 32. Let's see if we can't solve his problems. Eric is getting I think I want one level in TP up. Now here's the story with TP up and stuff like that. Our first level in TP up for Eric is going to be a 10% solid boost, which is going to get taken from 72 to 77.2. But because the game, actually it's going to be 79.2, because I can't do the math right now. But the decimal place doesn't count, so it's just going to be 79. And an extra 7 TP is actually, it's essentially an extra attack for him. If you think about how Mirage is 6 TP and gaining 7 TP, and essentially lets Eric do an extra attack per every visit, and that's very good. So we're going to get one level in TP up as well. So now that we've attributed those 2 points, we're going to start focusing on attack up and fury, these upcoming levels. Think attack up first, and then fury. And we have returned back to the sacred ground at A3, and by sacred ground I mean where we left off. So let us, this is going to be, I know exactly what this is going to be. This is going to be an absurdly long hallway. And it's going to be so absurdly long, and you're going to run into so many fights in this hallway, you just want to go insane. And it's really poor game design, and I'm glad they fixed it in future iterations of the game, where long corridors like this are much, much less common, and thus a lot more fun. Anyways, let's, I usually don't complain about the game. That's just one of my sore points with it, is that there's these giant, long, winding corridors that don't lead anywhere. It's just kind of bad game design. Oh, we don't need to use Mirage. We have proven that. So that does mean we're going to need to use different methods of attack soon. I can't brain right now. I could probably get away with just doing normal attacks on the set anyway. Because the set, in all honesty, is not that hard. And 5 wasp, 322 experience. Media has grown to level 31, I think it was. Yes, and that is going to be a level in either South 2 or Immunize. And that looks like an Immunize level to me. One last level in Immunize and it'll be max. We're not going to force its maxation though. And we continue down probably one of the longest corridors in the game. And of course my prediction turns right, and this is going to go south. Like, how much south is going on here is way too much south, and it's going to keep going south. Like, really, did they really need to implement this hallway? It just makes me mad. What am I doing? Oh, you know what? Let's just slap a recovery up and not care about this set. I'm wasting too much all slashes, let's save them. Alright. I think for future iterations of that fight, we'll just go ahead and just put up a recovery and just save a bunch of TP by using recovery. Yeah. Let's see, Cher grew a level. That is going to be her final level in TP up, which will put her at a total of plus 50% TP. She now has so much TP, she doesn't know what to do with all of it. It's actually kind of comparable to Eric's TP at the moment. And will remain comparable for a long time. Eventually, she might surpass him a little bit, but then again, she kind of needs it, because her attacks cost 8 and Eric's cost 6, so, you know, those cost. And we continue down one of the longest corridors in the game. There's actually, I think, one corridor in the final stratum that is longer than this, but it's not because it's a corridor, it's because it's a big room of pits. Anyways, yeah, let's just keep going, shall we? There we go. There we go. Yeah, man, the corridor is just going to keep going. Like, this corridor really needs to get a life and find a time to stop, because it's going to keep going all the way until it meets this western wall. And it's going to go straight up for, like, a bunch of, maybe, I don't know, that's as far as I know. Just given where we are. And there's, like, no shortcuts around, so don't bother. And our transversing of the longest corridor in the game continues. It just goes on. Alright, let's check this wall for shortcuts, because I'm pretty sure insanity will just kick in if I have to keep walking through this corridor every time I want to come here. Nothing? Okay, here we go. Alright, that's the biggest time saver in the history of man. Yeah, and it's really easy to get here, too. You just walk in, go south, go through some doors, and come back up north, and you're here. Unfortunately, it's still a long walk, but I'm going to go get some TP reset real quickly. I'm going to be right back. And we continue our way through the longest corridor in the game. And we run into to a Scorpion Double Sting Maul set, where this will probably solve all of our problems. Which it did. 414 experience to everyone. Let's continue. The corridor has finally branched off into somewhere else. And now this isn't the longest corridor in the game anymore, now that it branches off somewhere. But it's the longest corridor up to this point. So all the way from this spot over here in A2 to this spot right here, all the way in D4 is the longest corridor in the game. Or at least one of the longest corridors in the game, because there's probably a bunch of long corridors we just haven't found yet. And this isn't, and really I mean more like straightaway corridors, and not so much the zigzag corridors, because if we included zigzag corridors, the 5th stratum would be like the easiest victory of winner of everywhere. In the 5th stratum, you go down long corridors just to get to a single item box, if anything at all. And read it too, that's nice, thank you game. I'll take your gift. Got another bird talon, let's head south. I think this is the way of progress over here, so let's go through this way. Because I'm pretty sure this is just a big giant square room with nothing in it for the moment. Of course something will fill in this spot later. I'll let you guess as to what, but for now let's just remember that it's there, and we'll just move on. So to this way we go. One of the easiest sets we've ever run into. And we continue our travel through one of the longest corridors in the game. Well, I say that, but like really, if you want to count this all as one big long corridor, I think it is one of the longest in the game. Just because of the amount of straightaway you travel is absurd. And it's going to do, guess what, it's just going to do this. And oh man, is this ever the most... Oh wow, I accidentally connected to something else. Anyways, I think you catch the drift. It's gonna do this action. Anyways, the corridor continues until you get all the way over here. And boy, by now have you traveled a long marathon distance. And now that you've done that, you face south and you're at the boss door. And the game's gonna be like, oh man, you're at the boss door. Since an imminent threat from deeper in the labyrinth, something here lurks. Like, unlike anything you've encountered to date, it might be dangerous to proceed. You seriously consider returning to town and making further preparations before continuing. Oh man, game, you are such a troll, and it won't let you through because, you know, you just don't deserve it. You just don't deserve to go through. That's why the game won't let you through. It's because you don't deserve to go through. So we go to town to probably run into an event that is plot important, so let's just go over to the Rada Hall and see what is up. Yes, we have. Yes. Awesome. As a result, Rada is launching an official mission to defeat the fiend. If you believe you can accept such a difficult task, we encourage you to attempt it. A new mission is available. The hunt for Cerninos. I'm gonna call him Cerninos. There. We're gonna call him Cerninos. Okay. Cerninos, the king of the jungle, is blocking further exploration of the labyrinth. Eliminate the thing before you lose more good men. The chieftain will give you the details. Okay, chieftain. Hello, Vizzle. We are pleased that you have undertaken task of defeating Cerninos. It just went over this. Cerninos. Defeating Cerninos. We have borrowed an ancient god's name for the monster rolling over the 10th floor. It's been many years since the first adventurer stepped on the labyrinth's 10th floor. That was when the monster Cerninos began to make troubles for our expedition. Since then, only 2 explorers have succeeded in reaching the 3rd stratum. I wonder who they are. Our great hope is to defeat Cerninos and reopen the path below. I wish you luck, adventurers. Thank you, Vizzle. Only give you my best wishes from the chieftain. I pray your safe return. I'm pretty sure this guy had a name as well. Yeah, so, Subturn Quinn. Okay, that's his name. Now we'll know if we ever get references to him. Let's go and sell all this mass amounts of stuff that we accumulated just by existing in the 10th floor. Plume boots. Okay, we'll check that out. Apparently you need an absurd amount of feathers to get anything done around here. Iron shells, and what? Gunvine, tiger fur, chain boot, tiger fangs, nothing, bone flail. Is awesome. The bone flail is actually quite good. If you are using a frontline medic that's using Caduceus, yeah, go for it. But I am not using such thing, and I would rather have my TP staff than something that gives an HP staff. So we'll sell it off, and we'll sell this off because it's worthless, and we're going to buy a warp wire because it's useful. And I guess next time we will fight Cernunnos. So hey there everyone, this has been Liferik. As always, I thank you for watching. Next time we fight Cernunnos.